all. So if they say not to do an altar right now, listen. Don't try to go too fast because you want to build an altar and then you just get caught with whoever in your house who don't really support what you're doing. Because I want y'all to be safe first and foremost. They want you to be safe first and foremost. So if you cannot build an altar right now, just let it go. One day you will, because you don't really need it to work with your ancestors and connect with them.
Go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when
Hi my angel fairies, I hope you guys are having an amazing, gorgeous, abundant day. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys how you can build your temporary altar. So you guys have been asking me this for many months now, and I finally got around to doing so. I really wanted to show you guys how to do it, but I was like, I'll do that in a later video. I can do that very much later. So I'm just going to tell you guys how to actually do it so you guys can actually get started in doing your artwork and all that good shit. So if you do like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more from me. Comment down below what other videos you would like to see, and make sure to follow me on my social media so you can see even more from me and gain even more info so you don't miss out, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so let's finally get into the video. So an altar space is basically for connecting either with yourself, the divine, and your ancestors. There are multiple types of altars you can create, but mostly today I'm going to be focusing on your ancestral altar. Now, I created my altar from being a root worker, practicing hoodoo. So some of these things I'm going to be saying are pertaining to hoodoo and hoodoo only, and I would let you guys know which ones don't pertain. Everybody can have a freaking altar before y'all come crying in my goddamn comments like I give a fuck, baby. Never said other cultures never had no altars. But if it is a part of hoodoo, you cannot practice if you are Black, so just make sure to go past whenever I'm talking about, or just like don't practice whenever I say things are pertaining to hoodoo. But everyone can have an altar, and I created mine based off being a root worker and trying to connect even further with my ancestors. So the way that I am going to tell you guys to build an altar is from root work hoodoo. Certain things that you should do and should not do, you guys will know when I tell you guys. So the first thing you want to do when finding or starting an altar is set an altar location. What you want to do is not put it in your bedroom, put it somewhere either in your living room, your kitchen, or your office space. That is where my altar is. It's actually in my altar space sitting right over there. How you doing, ancestors? You look good. But yeah, pick a space for you where you would like to practice your altar work and can do divination easily, accessibly, and like connect with your ancestors. So for me, that's my office space. For you, it may be your kitchen or your living room space. Do not put it either in your closet or in your bedroom. It's just really not a good place to put it. So yeah, now that you set your altar location, it's time for you to start building and gaining objects for your altar. And this is actually for a temporary altar. For those who cannot practice openly, it is okay to have a temporary altar, and what that means is you'll put an altar up for a working or for however long you need to work that to do magic and spells at that altar, and then you will take it down right after you finish doing your spell work or your workings. So I had to do that at my old place, and I only did it one time because I was really cautious over there, and so my ancestors pretty much understood that I couldn't create a permanent altar, but I did create one temporary altar to do one working, and then after I finished each working, which lasted like 3 days, I put it down each time I did it. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that right now. So if you guys are the ones who cannot have a permanent altar, this one is for you. This is how you would do this. So one thing you want to do is get a white cloth. This really pertains to hoodoo. It represents cleansing, protection, all that good shit. So you will get a white cloth to set down on either a table, a desk, somewhere in your space where you can practice. Now, if you're setting up a temporary altar and you can't have it in your own like outside of your bedroom, it's a-okay to put it in your bedroom, on your desk, or somewhere like that. So because I know sometimes people can't really have that, don't have the privilege to do that. So yeah, so after you get a white cloth, you're going to set the white cloth down on either a table or a desk or a nightstand, something like that. Next, you're going to gather the heart of your altar. Now, the heart of your altar can be either a big crystal, some water, or an ancestral photo. It is really up to you what you would want to make the heart of your altar, and that will really just go into the center of the altar and really gives like the store of the energy that is surrounding in your altar. The next thing you want to do after you do that is get little curios to put on in place on your altar. So if you're doing an ancestral altar, you will want to get little trinkets that they had in their life and place it where you think it should go. Make sure you do this, be 100% focused on creating your altar. So you really want to be fully focusing on trying to build the altar and try to get the energy as good as it can be. So make sure when you're starting this process that you're not really distracted, that you're really all in when trying to do this. So little trinkets can be things such as jewelry, cultural items, their favorite things that they like to do, like cologne and perfume. You can put that on the altar, and it really just signifies them. It could also be things such like personal interests that they like. So say if they like really like little cars, you could put a little car there, and they like it. Or if they like a good smelling candle and they tell you, ooh, I want an apple scented candle on my altar, you can put it there and then you can burn it for them. They've been telling me that lately, actually. So after you do so, you will place those curios in any way you think is really good for you. So make sure to tailor this altar to you, where you want to place the items. If it's good, ask your ancestors if where you place the items on your altar is really good for them, or if they like it, or if they don't like it, and then move it accordingly. So definitely be all in and ask them for their opinion about how they want the altar to look, because that's where they are. That's where you're going to go to talk to them. So the next thing you want to do is make sure to have the 4 elements on the altar, which is air, earth, fire, and water. For air, you can use incense, especially in hoodoo. Dragon's blood incense is really good to burn on your altar. For water, you can just use like water. What else would you use? For earth, it can be food, flowers, plants, things of that nature. And then for fire, you would use a candle, or burn a candle on the altar to represent fire. And also for earth, it can be crystals as well, because crystals represent earth energy. You feel me? So after you do all that and gather those items, put it on your altar. Make sure you really take good care of your altar, as in like when you place the items, you place them with love, you place them with intention. You just don't willy-nilly place that hoe, because we ain't doing that. Then please don't try up your ancestors. Please don't do that. So those were temporary altars. You would do that, but you would just put those that altar back down after you're finished with the working, or after you're finished with the magic spell, etc., etc. You would just take all those items off the altar, put it in a safe place, make sure it's not bended, gets dirty, anything like that. And then whenever you want to do another spell or another working, or you want to talk with your ancestors, you can put it back on that table, open up the cloth, place the items where they're supposed to be placed, and then start doing your work and doing your divination and all that good shit. So yeah, but if you can have a permanent altar, make sure you choose a space in where it needs to go. Well, like I said, it either needs to be in the kitchen, living room, or the office space. Try to keep it away from like a closet or a bedroom. And if you are a closeted witch or you're a closeted root worker, you can have it in your bedroom, because your ancestors will understand it is temporary. You're not trying to keep it up permanently, so they will understand. Make sure you go to them first to see if you should do so, because first and foremost, they want to keep you protected. They don't want you to be in any danger at all. So if they say not to do an altar right now, listen, don't try to go too fast, because you want to build an altar and then you just get caught with whoever in your house who don't really support what you're doing. Because I want y'all to be safe first and foremost. They want you to be safe first and foremost. So if you cannot build an altar right now, just let it go. One day you will, because you don't really need it to work with your ancestors and connect with them. Once you finally build your altar, you can start doing workings at it. If you are a root worker, or if you are a witch, you can start meditating at it, doing magic spells, doing spells at your altar, manifest at your altar, talk to your ancestors or your gods or your deities or your spirits at the ancestors. I know a lot of witches talk to their deities and create an altar specifically for their deities and for their gods whenever they try to work with them. So that is what you can do at the altar. Me personally, right now, I am meditating at my altar, singing my songs at my altar, talking directly to my ancestors at my altar. Like, I talk on the street, I'm like, so this is how my day went, or this is what is on my mind, blah, 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 blah. And you can do that at the altar because they're listening to you. They're right there with you. I give them offerings whenever they need it. I make sure I offer at least food or water to them every single week. Like for water, I leave it up for a week because that's what they want me to do. And along with black coffee, they want me to leave it up for a week before I take it and refill it and refresh it and put it back up. With food, I leave it up for a day and then I either compost it or what's the other one? I used to give it back to the earth, but now I'm in an apartment and I can't really do that. Like, I honestly, the first week I lived here, I did that and it was just so awkward and it was just so weird. Like, I was just going down the steps, putting food on the ground in the bag. It was just I just stopped doing that. So my ancestors now know that I can't do that shit no more. So now I'm just finding other ways in which I can put the food off the altar whenever they are finished with it. So I just keep it up for a day and I will take it off, put it in a compost and put it in my freezer. Yeah, that's pretty much it on how to build your temporary or permanent altar. I hope this helps you guys out with whatever you do build your altar. Let me know how it goes if you did end up building an altar and how you like building an altar. Now, if you are not a root worker, you don't really need a white cloth. I never built an altar as a witch before, but when I do work, but the other witches that I do work with and then I do follow, they don't really have a cloth that is white on their table. They just have a regular old table and they just put their stuff on it and it makes it real cute. So yeah, that's one thing. And I'm going to put a blog post down below for my root workers who wants to read exactly what I said here. I'm gonna put a blog post down below and you can just read it out just in case you want to look back for reference and all that good shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys gained some knowledge. Let me know down below what other videos you would like to see from me. I hope it turns out amazing and I hope your ancestors love it just as much as you possibly will. Make sure to stop by my shop if you want to see Black women as supernatural ethereal beings. Oh, and if you guys have any more information, or you want to give more tips to the beginner witches and root workers who are trying to build their altar, definitely let me know down below because I do like hearing things from other people. Be nice, not arrogant. Get together because I was. But yeah, make sure you guys have a beautiful, gorgeous, abundant day. Bye, my little angel fairies.
I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm janked up and I'm banked up and I'm safe.